This is the standout statistics in a just ended Premier League season. I told you before the end of the Euros, Charlie, we are enjoying the Euros alongside learning or getting ourselves known to certain statistical analysis that we need to know, the stats we need to know in the just ended Premier League season. It is Mr. Boycott. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's move on. So we shall begin with the matches. The matches. There were 51 shots in March 2-2 draw between Chelsea and Burnley, with the Blues having 33 and then Burnley registering 18 shots or attempting 18 times to score. Only Premier League match on record since 2003-2004 has made more attempted at goal. QPR against Leicester City in November 2014, where there were 52 shots. So between the ages of 2003-2004, I think only QPR and Leicester City have registered more, attempted more shots in a single Premier League game. The next one is Brentford versus Manchester United in March, was just the third 1-1 draw, where all the goals happened to be in the 90th minute. So these were the standout statistics on matches alone. Shall we move on to goals? On the opening weekend, when Sandro Tonelli made it 1-0 to Newcastle United after 6 minutes, and Musa Diaby leveled for Aston Villa at 11th minute. It was the earliest into a match in the Premier League history that two different players scored on their debut. So two different players coming on from different leagues inside the Premier League made their debut, and then they scored, and then it was earliest. Wolverhampton Wanderers became the first team to have their first 3 Premier League goals of the season scored by a substitute. So always in the Premier League, we have players who begin or who join the starting lineup who normally make or try to score. This time around, their first 3 goals were scored by substitute players, which normally tells us that they come on after the first half of the game. So normally they score on the second half. Phil Foden's opening goal against Nottingham Forest in September finished off a 46 pass move, the second longest in the Premier League on record since 2006-2007, behind Nacer Kelly's goal for Tottenham Hotspur against QPR in August 2014, which came after a 48 passes. So this was the second earliest a pass move that led to a goal, and then it was 46 complete passes by the Manchester City side, which was completed by Phil Foden on that day. Next is Liverpool's possession of 82.90% in April 3-1 win over Sheffield United was the second highest by any team in the competition on record. Since 2003-2004, it was only fractionally beaten by Manchester City 82.95% possession against Swansea City in April 2018. Wolves' 2-1 win against Chelsea was the first Premier League match to be played on Christmas Eve since 1995, when Leeds beat Manchester United 3-1. Let's move on to the teams standout statistics of the season. I keep on telling you, subscribe to the channel for more and more. On the side of the teams, this was the first ever top flight season where as many as 4 teams lost each of their first 3 matches, with Burnley, Luton Town, Everton and Sheffield United all the way. So Luton went on to become just the second team to lose their first 4 Premier League games ever after Swindon Town in 1993-94. Liverpool became the first side to have 4 red cards in the first 7 matches of the Premier League season. With a 1-1 draw against Burnley in December, Brighton and Hove Albion became the first Premier League team to both score and concede in 20 consecutive top-flight matches. The run ended 3 at their loss 2-1 at Arsenal in their next league match. Again, Luton Town in March, AFC Bournemouth became the fifth team in Premier League history to win a match in which they trailed by 3 goals after Leeds United vs Derby in November 1997, Wimbledon vs West Ham in September, Manchester United vs Spurs in 2001, and Wolves vs Leicester City. So they were beaten 3-0 in the first half, and then they completed the comeback at the end of the 90 minutes, which was so superb. On the side of the managers, let's see who made the standout statistics in the season. Vincent Kompany became the first Belgian to manage a Premier League club. Crystal Palace boss Roy Hodgson became the first manager to string together 5 unbeaten Premier League visits to Old Trafford in a row, winning 3 and drawing the 2 of those matches. In Liverpool's 4-1 win over Chelsea in January, Jurgen Klopp became the 7th manager to win 200 Premier League matches. He reached the milestone in 318 matches, the second fastest manager to do so after Pep Guardiola, 269. That's of players who made standout statistics in the season. Against Wolverhampton Wanderers in January, Brighton midfielder James Milner, the Liverpool legend, became the outright second highest appearance maker in the Premier League history. He has 634 appearances, overtaking Ryan Giggs, who had 633 appearances, leaving him just 19 behind the record holder Gareth Barry. Kevin De Bruyne is the second most assists, overtaking Cesc Fabregas in the Premier League. Again, Tayoyi Awoni became the only third African to score in 7 consecutive Premier League appearances after Emmanuel Adebayo and Mo Salah. Son Heung-min's hat-trick at Burnley in September made him the 5th player to score a treble in 4 consecutive Premier League seasons. On the same day as Son's treble in September, Evan Ferguson became the youngest 18-year-old to score a Premier League hat-trick after Chris Bauer, Williams, Fowler, and then Michael Owen. Against Sheffield United in November, Bournemouth forward Justin Kluivert became just the second player to score in each of the Big 5 European leagues: Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, League 1, and German Bundesliga. In December 3-3 draw at Manchester City, Son became only the second player in Premier League history to score a goal and own goal in the opening 10 minutes of a match after Gareth Barry for Aston Villa against Charlton Athletic in the year 1999. Mohamed Salah's equalizer against Crystal Palace in December took his tally to 150 Premier League goals in 247 Premier League matches. Aged 17 years and 229 days against Fulham in December, Lewis Miller, the young Newcastle guy, became the youngest player to score a Premier League goal since Federico Mercado, who was 17 years old and 22 to 6 days old against Aston Villa. In the 4-3 win over West Ham United in March, Newcastle's Alexander Isak became just the second player to score a penalty against 2 different goalkeepers in the same Premier League match after Steven Gerrard converted against Aston Villa, Brad Friedel and Brand Zan in March 2009. Last but not the least, Ice Cold Palmer's treble against Manchester United in April made him the 200th different players to score a Premier League hat-trick, and Jean-Philippe Matthäus then made it 201 with his goals or hat-trick against Aston Villa on the final day. Listen to me. I scored Palmer on his 22nd birthday. A day before his 22nd birthday, Cole Palmer became the only and then the third player in Premier League history to reach 30 plus goals involvement in a single season whilst age 21 years or younger. With this, he made 21 goals and 9 assists, which was so insane. The first player to make this in Premier League history was in the year 1993-94, which was done by Chris Hughton, and then also Flawler, or let me say Fowler, or some used to call him Flawler, who also made so or did so twice in a consecutive season, which was 1994-95 and 95-96 season. This tells you and I that ever since we started the English Premier League, after the Barclays Premier League, Palmer has become the just youngest player to score 31 goals or to make 31 or 30 plus goals involvement in a single season. What a player, what a season. If today your first time of watching me, subscribe to the channel for more and more. This is